Alright, this is the makeup for Castle Unit 3, Activity 4. Right, so Activities 2 and 3 were intentionally skipped. We're not going to do those. You don't have them in your packet. But what we're doing is we're going to set up 3 different circuits. All of them have extra bulbs in a circle, in a loop. Okay, so 2 things we're going to be looking at is compass deflection, so the amount of deflection, how far it moves. Direction doesn't matter for this lab. And then we're also going to look at bulb brightness. So go ahead and do your predictions. The first one is in relation to how much the deflection is going to change as you increase bulbs. Then the second one is how the brightness will change as you increase bulbs. So go ahead and pause the video, get that done, and when you get back, I will be starting the lab. So we have 1 bulb in a circle, and we have our compass here. Compass is in view. Again, right now, just about the only thing we're going to be able to do is kind of make an observation, maybe even just, we could probably write down how many degrees the compass deflects, but we really won't be able to tell much from that until we've seen others. Okay? So, here is the first one. So, the compass deflected about 25 degrees, alright, and then you can observe your brightness. So you might want to just note the 25 degrees somewhere, but we need to see what the rest of the setups look like to know if it's going to go up, go down, or stay the same. So I'm going to add in another bulb into our loop here. So here's bulb number 2. So I'm going to make sure getting as much stays in view as possible. I'm gonna set up our compass. And here are 2 bolts. Alright, the compass deflection has dropped to about 15 degrees. I think it's more like 17, but about 15 degrees. And you can note the change in brightness. Okay. Now the last thing is going to have 4 bulbs. So let me bring these in here. So I know right now you can't see all the bulbs, but one thing just to show you, we've got our battery pack, and then all the bulbs are connected in one big giant circle, and then it's going to connect it back to the battery there. Alright? So just so you know, it actually is a loop. It's just, in order to make them all visible, all the wires are going to be kind of crunched together in the little view screen. Okay? So there's the 4 bulbs. Get our wire over our compass. And here are 4 bulbs connected. And the deflection has dropped to about 10 degrees. Alright. And you can note the brightness of the bulbs and how it changed again. Alright. So, try to make some conclusions about what putting extra bulbs or resistors in a loop does to the circuit. Alright? So, you can either write a summary on this video just so that I know you actually went through and watched it, or you can come in, I'll ask you a few questions to know that you saw it and can explain things, and then I will give you the conclusion and consensus in class. If you do the summary part, you can just copy the consensus and terms from people in class, alright? But if you don't do either of those routes, no summary or no talking to me and getting a stamp, you won't get credit for the lab. Alright, see you in class.